worship is the whole of our lives. It's everything that we do to honour and glorify and bring pleasure to God. But there is a special thing about singing to God. You know, I think music is a wonderful gift from God for us to express our love, our affection for Him. And so we found in the context of singing our worship, if that's an overflow of a life of worship, then it's just a truly wonderful thing. You know, for me, gathering with lots and lots of other Christians to focus on God and use these songs and melodies and lyrics to focus on Him, it's an amazing thing, and it's an incredible dynamic, and actually something I think profound and powerful happens when God's people gather together to sing and worship Him. I've been coming to Soul Survivor since since it began when I was really young, and I remember just being amazed at the worship and seeing people so passionately worshipping their Saviour. And so I kind of went home inspired, and I learnt the guitar just so I could worship in my room. And I remember, I'd have these amazing worship times in my room. I'd get my teddies all around and lead them in praise and worship. And I guess I just grew in the gift of worshipping and playing the guitar and singing. And eventually at my church, my dad's church, they got me leading a bit at the youth group. Then I'd lead a bit at church. And then Mike Pilavacci he asked me to come and do a few little weekends with him. So it's this kind of slow process of growing into it and being used and working with Mike. And then I remember when I was 19, he asked me to come and lead at Soul Survivor. And I was absolutely terrified because, I'd never done anything so big and felt completely out of my depth. But I think God has an amazing way of, when He calls you, He opens up the doors at the right time, and it's a scary but exciting journey. And I'm so grateful, to have been part of all that God's done in Soul Survivor and to have seen it grow and to see so many lives changed. And I think of all the young people who come, who are being shaped and developed into leaders and risk takers and evangelists and worship leaders and prophets, and going to the poor, traveling all over the world, sharing the good news, I think it's really exciting.